If anyone's watching this post live stream, just sitting here getting my car serviced. Figured I'd say hi to you guys. What up, Darkus? Hi, Annie. What's up, Sammy? Can you guys hear me okay? By the way, I'm using this. What's up, John Paul? What's up, Badass? That's just funny. What's up, Jordan? Happy to see you too, Annie. Hey, Ashley. What's going on, Got a Light? What's up, Darren? Dan, Alex, what's going on? Sammy. Yep, cool. Cool. What are you guys up to today? How's everyone feeling today? What's up, Pool Guy? What's up, Marin? What's up, Mac? What's up, Nicole? Omer, how's it going? The whole NYC says hi. That's cool. Hey, Thomas. What's up, Dan? Hey, Sky. What's up, Chris? What's poppin'? Dan, Alex. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm all right. I have nothing to complain about. Justine, yo. Alicia, DIYs. Hey, how are you doing? How's the wife? She's okay. I think she's okay. Thanks for asking. I'm okay as well. John says hello, or hey now. What's up, John? Ryan. What's up, Ryan? Jordan, how are you? I'm okay. It's a strange time for me, like it is for everybody, but I certainly have more things to be thankful for than I have to be stressed about, so keep that in mind. Private area, good to see you too. Annie, if you could eat anything today, what would it be? I think if I could eat anything today, I'd probably have an absolute absurd amount of really, really good sushi. Badass. These times are so hard, feeling lots of anxiety. Yeah, absolutely. I've had to manage some anxiety myself, and again, who could blame us? We're in a situation, I feel like, that is very conducive for anxiety and overthinking and all that, so I get it. John Paul says, getting my last appointment soon for my CPAP. Oh, nice. Good for you. Ashley says, how are you? I'm okay. Alicia's DIY says, I feel defeated. Yeah, in moments I feel defeated too. Elaborate on that, Alicia. When you feel defeated, what do you mean? Christy says, hi. Hey, Christy. Daryl, good. Unknown Soldier, funny, everyone is doing live streams now. I mean, I do live streams when I feel inspired, and it's not terribly often. Kind of have to be in the right frame of mind. Funny, everyone's got a light. I saw your video about being on 0.5 milligrams. Yeah, I'm almost on 0.5 milligrams. I'm not currently on 0.5 milligrams. I'm more like on 0.65, 0.7 a week. There's an announcement I haven't made to you guys for those of you that give two shits about the TRT aspect of my life, the Testosterone Replacement Therapy, is that I am lowering my dose and starting HCG soon, but I get scared about it. Oh yeah, and I'm answering questions, for sure. I'm getting my car serviced, so I'm just kicking it until that's done. I don't know how long my phone will let me live stream before it poops out, but I'm sure I'll kick it with you guys for a little bit, that's for sure. Jordan says, okay, kind of put out, gotta find a new sponsor. Oh, for sure. All right, we have a super chat from Robert Jenkins. Says, I'm doing okay, dealing with OCD, which is freaking annoying, dealing with random thoughts that I latch onto left and right. I'm getting through it slowly, one day at a time. Robert, thank you for the super chat. That's always really cool as a small creator, so I definitely appreciate you supporting the channel. And yeah, you know, my OCD has been, my proclivity for, there we go, let's get out of there. My proclivity for pure obsession OCD has gotten significantly worse lately. I had sort of an altercation or an issue with some members of my family regarding the politics in the country right now and the racial tension and the social atmosphere that a lot of us, of course, are privy to and experiencing one way or another. And it has sort of brought up some old habits of digging into thought spirals, over-researching, over-learning, entertaining obsession a little more than I typically do, while still trying to maintain my usually level state of being when it comes to going through that. Robert, what are some things you're doing to deal with that? I'd love to hear all your thoughts on that. Where'd that live stream go? Let's see. Guys, I'm going to do my best, by the way, to answer everyone's questions or make sure I don't lose people. But on the phone, I'm just going to throw this out there. Inevitably, I'm going to lose you. So please, please, please don't take that personal. The actual stream itself will sometimes just drop me right back to the most recent comment. And then I'll try to scroll back. So I'll do my very, very best. Let's see. Christy says hi. I think I said hi. Daryl, Dothro, good. All right. Hey, Jennifer Wilgus says, hey, Noah, watching from Connecticut. That's cool. That always makes me, I just think that's exciting. I think that's fun. Thomas Crown, I'm working, have not had a day off since this pandemic started. Thomas, you're a hero, bro. That's wild. That's wild. How's your mental health? Omar says, how's the quarantine going? I mean, the quarantine's going okay. The gym opened back up June 1st for me. I happen to coach fitness and CrossFit and then train. And so being able to go back in there whilst maintaining new protocols, that's been really powerful for me. And I've been getting back into the office to film for my other channel. So it's going okay. It got a little destructive there, though, for a couple months. I can't lie. I got a little destructive there for a couple months when I was afraid to leave the house. I didn't have enough information to sort of soothe my anxious proclivities, and I couldn't go to the gym, so I was training at home. So I made a video about that, but I definitely wasn't living my healthiest life. Dan Alex says, missed your videos, man. Sorry. No, thanks. I appreciate that. Chris says, please wear a mask, wishing everyone peace and love. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to wear a mask when I'm outside and alone, but I'm 100% am respectful of all regulations and rules when it comes to wearing a mask, but I certainly won't wear one outside when I'm not within 6 feet of someone. Chad Allen says, what up, homie? What's going on, Chad? Ricky Wild says, so what do you have for us today? I don't have much for you. I'm just chilling. I just wanted to see you guys and spend some time with you. This is a selfish live stream. I'm just bored and I haven't been putting up much content. So for those of you that still hang on to my channel, for better or worse, I just wanted to say hi. Marin says, did you say sushi? What sushi do you like? My favorite kind of sushi, I probably like things like sashimi, rainbow rolls, spider rolls. I'm like a blend of like formal sushi eater, right, where you're just doing raw fish, and then I also like some of the more extravagant rolls, let's say. Coffee with Poet. Hi, Noah, you look good. Oh, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. I thank you. I appreciate that. Josh Ryder says, hey, Noah, 10 months sober today. Hell yeah. You're my hero. I can't wait to be where you're at. Dan Alex 77. Hope you're staying sober, man. Got 143 days today. Your videos help a lot. I'm not staying sober at this moment. I mean, I get 2 or 3 days here at a time, but I'll always be honest with you guys about that, and I'll be honest about the successes and the struggles. But I'm so happy for your 143 days. That's important. That means something. Badass is saying lots of love to everyone. Hell yeah. Raul Vera 08. Yo. What up? Fruity Trucker, you haven't been drinking, I can tell. No, I haven't been drinking the last few days, and it is pretty obvious. The Dad Gamer, hi, no, I'm on TRT, and we want to try for a baby, but I can't get HRT in the UK. What should I do? On TRT, and we want to try a baby, but I can't get HRT. So I just got prescribed a protocol of HCG to go along with my TRT. They're going to lower my TRT quite a bit, and we're going to start implementing HRT. But I guess I'm not sure what you can do outside of getting that sort of treatment and or I guess coming off and trying to see if you can wake things up naturally, but I can't make any recommendations to that fact. I certainly am not in any space to do so. We have another super chat here from Chris A. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. I appreciate your support. Chris says, fortunate to be in a good position financially lately. I know you'll pay this forward. Noah, your story's a beacon. Never let haters get you down. Thank you, Chris. That's really, I mean, quite frankly, that's just very sweet of you. So, oops. What did I just do? So thank you, Chris, for that. And for those of you that, I'm going to say this in the least pitchy, trying to get anything from you way, but if you guys are like, hey, notice my comment, answer my question, I always honor people that do super chats because that's just, they're supporting me. I mean, you guys are all supporting me, let me clarify, but excuse me, they are spending their hard-earned money to just hear from me, and that's wild to me. It always has been. So I will always get to those super chats quick out of respect for people that spend money. But I'm trying to get to everyone no matter what. Dan Alex says, like the shades, they look fresh. You stay up in Oregon, right? Thanks, boss. I appreciate it. And yeah, I live in Beaverton, Portland area. Vagabond says hi. No, what's up, Vagabond? Badass says I try to avoid news. It triggers my anxiety. Yeah, I've been trying to find a balance of like ingesting some news to help myself get informed while dissecting which news isn't inherently biased. Which now I'm starting to feel like most of it is. So I've been researching more independent sources. But in general, I've been overly diving into news. That's for sure. I have another super chat from Robert Jenkins. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. Robert says, I mostly do journal writing and meditation when I can. I desperately need to start exercising. I have a bad habit of falling back into bad habits, just saying, get myself from Doug. Oh, you're in contact with Doug that way. I feel like Doug's talked to me about that. Well, thank you for the super chat. Journal writing is huge, good for you. Meditation is huge, good for you. I try to do that as often as possible. The whole desperately needing to start exercising thing, yeah, I mean, you didn't formally ask, but for whatever it's worth, when it comes to exercising, I feel like you just have to make the idea of exercising a lot more ingestible, a lot more palpable, right? Like if exercising in my mind could be something as simple as going for a 10-minute walk every day. In my mind, you just exercised. Or every few hours, do a few air squats. Just make things bite-sized. Do things that you can accomplish and then build from there. I think some people think, exercise needs to be this big, daunting, out-of-breath, aggressive, gym-oriented thing, and it really doesn't, in my opinion. In terms of falling into bad habits, I mean, I don't believe anyone needs to explain themselves to anyone when it comes to falling into good or bad habits. I think people have to take responsibility for how their habits can impact those that may depend on them. That's where I see it. I think people need to own the reality of their habits, but man, I know people in perfect circumstance, no COVID, financial security, family support that are deeply self-destructive and depressed, let's say, and falling into addiction, right? And I also know people that have tremendous suffering in terms of like tangible, formal things, rough housing, just no job, let's say, that do really well at self-care. So I think we just need to be gentle with ourselves at the end of the day and not be too hard on ourselves. Let me get back to wherever I was with questions. Where are we? Okay, Nirupama L says, my heart breaks every time you make a video about addiction and relapse. Wish I could just bring you to my home in Canada, totally different place, experiences. I could use a buddy we could craft. Yeah, I know it's not any of your favorites to see me self-destruct, and I know it's discouraging for some of you. I don't want to over dramatize things. I don't want to over amplify my life and how it may impact some people, but I'll tell you one thing. Based on how many people unsubscribe lately, which I totally respect, because I know a lot of people didn't come here to watch me struggle with drinking. A lot of people came here to watch me champion it, right? They wanted to see me champion health and wellness and fitness and addiction. But that hasn't been my direct story. It's been a lot of both. And I was talking to someone about this the other day. I appreciate the sentiment, by the way, Nirupama. I really, really do. Thank you for your words. I was talking to someone about this the other day, that I love doing well for you guys and for myself. I love doing well for myself, and I love being able to express that to you guys, and it's powerful to me, and I'm so proud of myself when I'm in that space. However, and this would not be too hard to do, I cannot, for the life of me, bring myself to save face and act like things are what they aren't, no matter what. I don't care if that crashes the whole channel. I don't care if that disappoints anyone. I don't care if that wrecks anyone's image of me. It's like I can live with myself knowing that when things are going good, I promise you'll know, and you guys will know undoubtedly that that's real. And when things are not going well, you'll know all the same. You'll know all the same, and you deserve that honesty from me. You do. I'm not a guru. I'm not a superhero. I'm not a leader. I'm a human being, and I have strengths and weaknesses, and I'll always give you both, for better or worse. So we have another super chat from Chad Allen, a generous one, $20, that's wild. So I thank you. Chad says, I guess you got my second email and it was a no-go. Just wanted to tell you I appreciate your consideration nonetheless. Much love, brother. Can't wait to see more content from you. Chad, oh, I see. No. I wouldn't even call it a no-go. Forgive me if I hadn't hit you back. I think Chad reached out to me about a potential business opportunity, which I'm still interested in. 100%, boss. I'll get back to you. Excuse me for that. That's my fault. That's just me losing track of things. Yeah, thank you for the support. Hang in there. I appreciate you sharing your story with me, Chad. It's a powerful one. Your honesty, your transparency on that last email was amazing. So thank you, and please don't take my lack of response as a sign of disrespect. That's just me being silly. All right, where were we? Sorry guys, I'm scrolling back to try to find the last comment I had. Crap, I'm falling way behind. I'm falling way behind. I might have to give up on going all the way back. El Yusfi says hi. Vagabond says no, his vibe is comfortable. Appreciate it. Fruity Trucker, do you walk in the forest ever? Oregon is beautiful. I run. I do some trail running once or twice. I'd probably say twice a month if I'm being fully honest. Viewer discretion is a myth with a smiley face. Smile back. Alicia's DIYs. I don't feel like I'm heard. I've told the doctor over and over I want to get off Suboxone. He keeps telling me in a lifer. I'm a lifer. That's rough. I've been clean for 10 years and I'm in a better place. Good for you, Alicia. You know, my dad runs an outpatient detox facility, and I know the nature of getting off Suboxone is incredibly delicate, and you have to be careful going down from 2 milligrams. But I think someone out there will help you slow taper that. And 10 years clean is amazing. Good for you. And yeah, find a provider. Don't give up. I got another super chat from Oh So True. Thank you for the super chat. It says, I suffer from hypogonadism and been on TRT a while. Do you have both testes, and why the HRT usage now? I suffer from hypogonadism, been on TRT a while. Do you have both testes, and why the HRT usage now? So I do have both testicles at this time. The reason I started my testosterone replacement therapy journey is just, like some of you may know, I just had blood draw, and that blood draw yielded really low testosterone. I was in a dangerous treatment-resistant depression, and I didn't have a lot of time, it felt. So I started. Now, as to why I'm on it now is because I've always remained on it. It was an effective treatment for me. It impacted me physically, mentally, emotionally. It gave me a lot of space to grow as a person, to address my depression in a more meaningful way. And as time has gone on and my dosage is lowered and my frequency of dosage is higher, so smaller, more frequent doses, I've just never, without being able to identify specifically why it was so low, and there's a myriad of potential reasons, it just never made sense to get off. It was working, and I didn't want to risk getting hurt again and going back to a negative space. So that's my story, in an extreme nutshell. That's my story. We've got another super chat from Alicia's DIYs. Says, 5, I feel defeated with my sub doctor. I don't want to take subs anymore, and I've been clean almost 10 years. He says I'm a lifer, but I'm not. I started cutting them in half. Am I wrong? So I certainly couldn't tell you that you're wrong, Alicia. I would never do that. Thank you for supporting me and for supporting the channel. It's brilliant. It means a lot. You take 5, I think you're saying. Look, all I know is that here's what I would suppose, and perhaps you feel the same, perhaps you don't. What I would suppose is that right now on Suboxones, you're in a functional space, and you're in a space far removed from your drug of choice. I'm assuming an opiate. I think the risk of rushing to get off, and not that you've been on there any short amount of time, but the risk of coming off the right way, or the wrong way rather, is far greater than staying on in terms of what your life may have potentially looked like as an active user, someone who wasn't clean, so to speak. But I'm not qualified to speak on that. That's just my opinion. I did work for my dad at his detox facility, and I knew people that wanted off so bad, so bad, and then they would get below 2, and it would get hard. They'd get below 1 on Suboxone, and it would get extremely hard, and then some of them would immediately relapse. That doesn't have to be your story. I'm not suggesting that would be the way it was for you. What I am trying to say, and I'll leave it at this because I want to honor a little bit of time for you for such a generous super chat, is that it should be done, in my opinion, under medical supervision, and it should be done extraordinarily carefully and slowly, and And I pray that you give yourself space to take that time and go extra slow if you're formally going to taper. But it's your life, and you have to do whatever you think is best for you, 100%. You have to do whatever you think is best for you. And if you want to be off and that's meaningful to you, God bless you. I think that's powerful. And you deserve to be off subs if you want to be off subs. All right, I'm scrolling back, trying to find where I left off. Raul Vera 08 says, did you ever have night terrors while sobering up? If so, what were they and how bad? I 100% still have night terrors every time I sober up. Like right now it's 3 days sober, and the last 2 nights sleep has been horrible naturally. And I'm waking up every hour, 45 minutes, maybe a little longer. My body's really, really hot, which sucks. So my bed is stifling hot. And yeah, I have night terrors every single night. I had a night terror last night where I was chatting with my mom. We were outside. It was dark. I was frail or weak or not doing good. And all of a sudden, my mom's face turned white and green, and her hair got in her face, almost like the Grudge or something. Or was that The Ring? And then she headbutted me in the stomach in such an aggressive, agitated way that I startled awake, and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, horrifying. Woke up, and I always know that's going to be, anytime I don't drink for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, I have terrible sleep and night terrors altogether, and that is the product of my behavior. Oh, it's so bright out here. That's the product of the situation I'm in, and I don't feel bad for myself, but I acknowledge that it sucks. It definitely sucks. Another one I had was, I was somehow standing in like some forest, and a group of men on horses started riding behind me. I had a grenade launcher in my hand. They had guns on horses. They were chasing me down. I fired at them. I couldn't make any contact. They were approaching me on the horse, and I turned around. Somehow I had a gun. I've never fired a gun in my life. Get out of here. I've never fired a gun in my life. And I fired at them. It didn't work. And then they got off the horse, started chasing me, shot me in the back. I felt the pain. I felt the burn. And I woke up. I've been having shit like that like crazy. All right, where were we? That's a cool question. Badass, really love your channel, Noah. Thank you, Badass. Carrie's 3-Ring Circus. Hey, Carrie. Robert Jenkins, I'm doing journal writing. Good for you, Robert. We talked about that. Sloom, what up, Play a Pimp? What's good, baby? Ashley Donnelly, I love all your videos. Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. Milaha says, says, I had bad anxiety, depression, and OCD, the way that I forget my daily phone code. But after I took vitamin D, I'm good now. It was very, it was very low. Maybe this will help someone to check vitamin D. So, sorry, I'm trying to hold my phone and read and stuff like that. Milaha brings up an incredible point, which is most people are deficient in vitamin D, which actually is a hormone, interestingly enough. So get that checked, and or consider treating your vitamin D, particularly if you're in a place where you don't get a lot of sun. I've heard I take vitamin D every single day, 5,000 IUs. It's one of the most researched supplements you can take for mental health. Woo! Excuse me. Itchy nose hairs. And there's a lot of empirical evidence to support that. So that's awesome. Snove8. Your video with stop thoughts. Crap. Oh, there it is. Your video with stop thoughts helped me, but every time it starts again, I have to go back to your video and listen to your words. I mean, yeah, and listen, that's the nature of the beast for a lot of mental health stuff, right? And I'm no exception to that. I have better stretches. I have worse stretches. I am better at my self-care. I get a little bit more complacent with my self-care. OCD comes strong, it goes away. Depressive moods swing, and they go away. So you more learn to live with it, and you more bolster your resolve. And I would say that's a good way to put this. I feel like we get better and better, and maybe you guys feel differently, but I feel like I get better and better at just intuitively and instinctively doing things that lend themselves well to my recovery, that make things better. To where I don't have to think, what do I do? Tiger Paw the Cat, stay strong, watching from Toronto. Hell yeah, that's cool. Fruity Checker says, your dad's video slideshow on Corona was awesome. Thank you. Glad you liked it. James Benheffi says, hey buddy, appreciate you so much. I appreciate you too. Also true. Do you still inject testo? Yes, twice a week, guys. I inject a small amount of testosterone to maintain my mental health and my physical well-being. Brian Cooper, I always want to ask if you've ever tried that drug that supposedly makes you sick from drinking alcohol to stop. I think you're talking about antabuse, and no, I've never tried antabuse, and I don't feel comfortable trying antabuse based on my history of having bad reactions to foreign medications. I mean, the reason this channel even was a thing was because I took a VIVITROL injection, which is supposed to curb my cravings and help me with my drinking, and then I had a paradoxical reaction to it that almost took my life and took a couple of years to recover from. So I have a lot of trauma with that, and I'm afraid to do those sort of things. But I've heard it's pretty effective. Druvian says, we will always watch your content. Yeah, my true ride or dies will, and that's pretty cool. Thank you. Badass says, what's a movie you recommend to watch? I like that question. Something passive and easygoing. Let's see. What's a movie I recommend to watch? I saw Jojo Rabbit. And I found that to be a really, really powerful movie. So if you guys haven't checked that movie out, give it a shot. It had me in tears. Not that that takes too much. Viewer discretion is a myth. Brian, you meant antabuse. It's great. Yep. SJR loves Jesus. Clap and smiley face. That's nice. Thank you. Nathan says, are you on SSRI or benzos? No, I am not on neither or neither. Jennifer says, better or worse, we're on this together. I'm almost 4 years sober. Every day is a struggle, especially when you live in constant pain. Yeah, the people with chronic pain, you guys are another subgroup of people that are my extra heroes, and I appreciate the kind sentiment. Brian Cooper says, thanks, my sister really needs help to stop drinking, and I heard about this while researching. Cool. Chris Ortiz says, no, I started TRT at 23 years old, and my dose is 150 a week. Yeah, that's close to my dose. My dose is like 140 a week, so it sounds like you're in a solid dose. I do twice a week. Hopefully it's helping you. Billy Reed says, you have a drinking problem, bro. You got it, Billy. Thank you for that. No lie there. Ashley Donnelly says, I love all your videos from the start of your channel. Yeah. Young me in this channel, I had a special little streak, didn't I? I feel like I was in a really open and wanting to be helpful space, and I was young, and I was excited, and I was enthusiastic, and I really enjoy where I was at early in this channel, and I'm glad it happened, you know? I'm glad it happened. Mila Hamila says, you helped me once in my life, thanks. I'm glad to know that. Dan Alex says, had a COVID-19 scare, got really sick last week, but it was negative. I've struggled with health anxiety for a while now. It really affects my quality of life. Yeah, the COVID thing is unprecedented, right? And all of the opinions and the fears that go along with it. And for those of us that have health anxiety, and I throw myself in that camp, it's extra scary, and it's extra tough, and it's extra upsetting. So I'm glad you're okay, and I'm sorry that happened. I'm sure that was really rough. John Plauzon says, hey Noah, what is normal testosterone for a 50-year-old man? I'm on Exaron. So I don't really like to do the normal testosterone, not normal testosterone. I like to think what is optimal for any man, total and free, that would give him vitality, good mental health and wellness, mental clarity, make you feel good. I feel like normal is shit. What if being normal in modern day society with everything we deal with stressors, with environmental pollutants and toxins and the food that we ingest, I don't think normal is normal. That's just my opinion. I think optimal, whatever that means for you, is what matters. So if I had to venture a wild guess, I'd probably say 700-800 total, 150 free. I feel like everyone deserves to live right around there. That said, of course, there are consequences to being over-medicated, so I'm not suggesting that more is better per se, to a point. But Absurd Boy says, I love you. You know I love you too. I'm in a loving space today. Thank you for that. Sebastian says, hey, do you struggle with DPDR? I don't struggle with depersonalization, derealization anymore, and I'm so incredibly thankful. Absurd Boy says, you're an inspiration to me. Anxiety makes it hard to make friends. Yeah, it really does. And I appreciate you saying that. I'm thankful to inspire, and trust me, I'm inspired by like everybody these days. So I understand the struggle with anxiety. Doesn't mean you can't make friends. Consider looking at the square breathing. P. Silovim, forgive me for anyone whose name I'm just destroying. It says nice glasses. Thank you. Yeah, these are Yode glasses. I got them as a part of a promo deal I did with them, which was really, really cool. Chris Ace is so true, no, about exercise. Hell yeah. Start small. Scorpion says, I'm 19 and struggle with porn and cigarettes. That's a good age to struggle with porn and cigarettes. Don't beat yourself up too much. If you have goals to get off it, something that helps me whenever I fall into old habits, and I've fallen back into porn here and there, is just to learn more about it and get excited about the potential benefits of not using porn. But don't condemn the use of it and belittle yourself. I don't think that will help you with your goal to maybe get off. And yeah, that's a tough age. I mean, I don't want to like sit here and say, hey, you're at the right age to do it per se. I'm just gonna say a lot of people struggle with porn. A lot of people struggle with cigarettes. Give yourself a break and continue to learn stuff that might inspire you to change your way of thinking, as opposed to feeling like every day you're doing something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna pop into a super chat that we got here. It's from Dan Strachan. It's a $10 super chat. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. It says, in 4 years, I came through psychosis, black tar, suicidal, depression, DPDR, and panic disorder. That sounds like me from 2011. Today, I work for the NHS and help train staff on mental health issues. Your vids help make this happen. That is so powerful. Congratulations, man. That's amazing. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for sharing that. I think something a lot of people do, and I do this too, not so much anymore, but I certainly used to do this, where I think feeling depressed or feeling down or feeling hopeless means I'll always feel that way. I have trouble seeing outside of my own pain historically. And it's tremendously useful for people to be open about their struggles, because it helps let other people know that things can and will pass in spite of themselves, right? I think there's this idea that we know better, or we're in our own heads and we're pretty sure what's going to happen. It's just not the case. The more people that can admit that they were deeply suicidal like I was and like Dan was, or that they had horrible depersonalization, which for those of you who don't know, just means you're stuck in a dreamlike state. Anxiety, panic. I mean, this stuff feels truly hopeless when you're in it. I mean, hopeless. And it can get better in spite of all that lack of hope, as long as you don't give up. As corny as that might sound. Marion says, I like sushi too, and I'm from Japan. Ooh, and you're in Dublin? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound cliche, or stereotypical, but I imagine you can find some really good sushi in Japan. Milaha says, do you still work out? Yep, 5 days a week, non-negotiable part of my self-care, absolutely. AR says, hi, greetings from a German fan, sweet. Thank you for sharing your issues. When I felt lonely, it helped me to watch your videos. Got some ideas for exercising, positive thinking, gaining understanding. That's awesome, and that's the power of sharing. So if something I shared was of some consequence to you, then that's great. And thank you for reaching out to me. Chris says 19 is a tough age, so don't ever be too hard on yourself. I'm only 24, on a way different path than I was at 19. Isn't that the truth? I'm 33 now. Look at all these wrinkles in my forehead. Started this channel when I was 25, thinking about killing myself 24/7 for 2 years, so things can change. Scorpion says, I've been in the mental hospital twice. I've been in there once myself. Scorpion says, it's rough. It is. Badass says, don't worry, Noah, we love you, appreciate it. Drivian says, we're always rooting for you, Noah. I know, guys, and I thank you. Shamir, trying to get comfortable. I've had my knees bent for a while. Sorry, you guys certainly didn't need that crotch shot. Shamir Polkadon says, still I am patient, depression, anxiety disorder. Hang in there, man. Just be brave, okay? Hang in there. James Carmichael says, evening all, 118 days sober, heyo. And cigarette free, double heyo. No FAP is on and off, but I'm feeling great. Good for you, you deserve that. Stinking monkey, okay. Scorpion says, I'm all right, I guess. All right's all right. Brenda Rodriguez says, hello from San Diego. I will forever be grateful for finding your channel back in the day when I was going through depersonalization. Great videos. I love that, Brenda. I love knowing old content was able to make a difference for some people. That's brilliant. I hope you're okay today. Jacob Pasto says, hey man, you're a great person. Thank you. I think we all have greatness in us, and I think we all have darkness in us, and I'm glad you can see both. Back at you. Jacob Pasto says, your videos have helped me a lot. I'm happy. John Walsh. Get out of here. John Walsh says, Joy Walsh. Hey, Joy. Says, hey there. Hey girl. Joy's been around for a long time, so that's cool. Chris says, what are you into right now? What am I into right now? I mean, training. I have a competition I signed up for in a month. Got some potential business opportunities that I'm trying not to mess up. Working on my YouTube, working on myself, trying to be kind, all that stuff. Learning about the political situation in the country for the first time ever, so that's what I'm into. Emilio Aguilar says, finding your channel has helped me so much. I appreciate your uploads. God bless and stay safe. I appreciate that very much, man. I hope you're doing okay today. Ethan Michael says, sending so much strength and peace to everyone. Hell yeah. Jacob Pastor says, Noah, I am unable to exercise or to meditate. I think I will never be able to come out of depression. I'll probably end up in a mental hospital. So yeah, you know what? That's perfectly understandable thinking. I once thought the same way, and no one could have convinced me otherwise. So I'm certainly not here to convince you that you're wrong. But I can say that I once felt the same, and I ended up being wrong, and hopefully you can be too. As far as meditating goes, I believe you can. You just have to make meditation smaller. Something that's worked for me when it comes to meditating is to do it in the shower. Just to close my eyes and breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out for 4, hold again for 4. Do that 2 or 3 times for 30, 40 seconds. Boom, you meditated. Maybe it's not the kind of meditation you consider meditation, but it's something. Scorpion says, horror games and fighting games. Okay. Dan Alex 77, Suboxone was absolutely horrible. Getting off, but I did it cold turkey. Worst experience ever, I bet. I've heard that coming off opiates in general are like, feels like you're dying. These sunglasses are Yod, spelled J-O-R-D. I did a promo with them one time and they sent me these glasses. They're wood framed. I was able to have like a promo code for you guys. That was actually pretty cool. I rarely work with sponsors. Chris A, have you played the new Doom yet? Heard it was good. No, I don't play video games. I'm not like from some sort of I don't believe in them or I'm better than them. I just don't. I just don't play video games. So, no comment. I'm just going to fast forward to the first question to me. Some of you guys are responding to each other. Robert Jenkins says, just asking, think you will ever do a live chat with Doug? People ask for you constantly on Sundays, and do you think you do more videos with him? I should do more videos with him. That's my guy. If you guys don't know, Douglas Block is a great mental health YouTuber. So much to offer. Go check his channel out. Douglas Block, D-O-U-G-L-A-S, Block, B-L-O-C-H. He's a quirky old man, but he's brilliant, and he helped save my life once. John says, what's normal testosterone, bro? To answer that badass, a movie, did I just go back in time to actually, a movie that you will recommend to watch, the Jojo Rabbit. Chris A says, I gotta get Doom. Been on, okay, you guys are talking to each other. Druvian says, I take Prozazin, 2 milligrams for my night terrors. For PTSD, it helps. I'm glad you found something that helps. Young G says, we live. Yeah. Witcher G says, hey Noah, great to see you live. Thank you, Witcher. Toss a coin to the Witcher. I don't know if you guys have seen that show on Netflix. James Mahaffey says, off benzos for 10 months. Thanks to your videos and inspiration. One of your videos really helped me so much. Thank you for your honesty and being real. It's the least I can do, and you're welcome. Congrats on being off benzos. Dan Alex says, I get too much damn sun and vitamin D here in Florida. I love a cloudy day. Yeah, I hear that. I can imagine. AR says, every evening my sister and I are sending each other the 3 best things that happen to us every day. Yeah, I do that with my wife almost every day to change our state of mind. Focus on the lovely way of life. Focus on the lovely way of life. Suffered from depression and anxiety. That's beautiful. That's really good. Good for you. That matters. Chris Davis says, hey, how are you doing? I'm all right today. I'm happy to be here with you guys and doing a live stream. Patty Brady says, what's up, Bignoknow? What's up, Patty? I know my face is getting really close, so excuse me for that. It's the only way I can see. We have a live stream from Robert Jenkins. Thanks again, Robert. Literally just got off the phone with him after I texted him about your live chat. He was talking about you being an inspiration to a lot. I didn't realize you had it like that. You're connecting with Doug that often. That's cool. I need to reach out to that guy. That's awesome. Chris Davis says, what have up to? Probably he's trying to say, what have I been up to? thinking about starting a podcast with my dad, but I've just been up to reading and learning and trying to find space to stay sober. Dan Alex, yeah, man, I remember that video you made about VIVITROL. Made me never want to get it. Well, it's just something you got to be careful about. Chris Davis says, what state do I live in? I live in Oregon. CP says, you got your test checked. Ever test your pregnenolone? Yes, I did. A lot of links to traumatic brain injury and anxiety, also inositol. Keep going, brother. Yep, both those checked. Don't remember my results, but it was addressed by my doctor. And it working cool. Rick Duro says, do you get panic attacks? So I haven't, luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had a panic attack in a long time. I certainly have had panic attacks. They're incredibly distressful. They're incredibly stressful and frightening and overwhelming. And I have so much love, empathy, and respect for anyone battling those. Excuse me. Alicia's DIYs. Chris A, yeah, I do understand. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Awesome. David McQuarrie, Noah, what triggers your drinking? Boy, is that a loaded question, but a fair one. What triggers my drinking? I think some of it is just physical dependency, a brain that has been rewired to hunt it down based on dopamine response. I think I'm impacted perhaps by the societal norm of drinking I've been learning about. I think stress sometimes impacts it. I think feeling really good can be impacted. I think putting too much expectation on drinking. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I know sometimes and other times I don't. I think it's a highly, highly addictive substance and I'm very fallible. But I'll never give up trying. I mean, there are certain triggers. Okay. Let me be more specific. I know like on a Wednesday night, I get very triggered by a Wednesday night because Thursday I don't work out. And so I've noticed over history that Wednesday night can come around. I can be sober 2-3 days. I can be sober a couple months. And when Wednesday comes, my body knows that cue. My brain knows that cue, and I have to do a lot of work to move past that. I think my wife being out of town is a major trigger. That was what started the last relapse. And yeah, I'm my own worst enemy and my own best hero, depending on where I'm at. Thanks for the question. I think about it a lot. Ray Mugendi says, I've been watching your uploads this year, and it's really changed my life. My life is transformed. Wow, that's wild. I'm touched to know that for real. Stinky Monkey says, Dan, strategy, okay, you guys are talking to each other. Ray says, from a life of a drug addict to a fully changed person, God bless you. No, God bless you for sharing that. Congrats. Anon Jayalski says, I'm still taking meds over 4 years for OCD. Is that okay? I mean, who am I to say? I'm not sure. If the meds are working and you and your doctor are working together and you're feeling like it's a success, who's anyone to tell you to stop or if that's okay? If there are major health risks or complications that you should consider, I mean, that's something. But it's just way outside my depth. I'm not sure. Atul Gupta says, hi, what's going on? Welcome. CP says, and then going on 23 here, hell yeah. Amy Diane Dickey Williamson says, no, I'm so happy to see you're looking good and doing good, my friend. My mom and I love you. We keep up with you on Instagram. Much love and God bless from Houston, Texas. Yeah, so guys, I do have an Instagram, go by the same name. I don't necessarily promote it ever, but it's Bignoknow. I only post light stuff there. It's very rare that I'll post anything serious, so some workout footage, stuff like that. One thing that I do think is unfortunate about my channel, and this is on me, but it's still a reflection I want to share with you. One of the unfortunate things about my channel is that there is an uneven depiction of struggle on here. And what I don't share are just all the lighthearted moments throughout the day and the laughter I share and the fun training I do every day and the joy and a lot of the wins and just the more lighthearted stuff. It doesn't seem to make its way on here. And I don't know if I've warped myself into not being sure what else to post, but to kind of talk about serious stuff. But you guys would be, I think you'd be shocked at how easygoing I tend to be and how silly and frivolous and childlike I try to be. And it certainly isn't a fair depiction of who I am. It's just a part of who I am and a very important part. So this is sort of where I dump some of that stuff on. Dump sounds sort of negative, but anyway, Instagram's a fair place to just see some more easygoing stuff if you're curious. James Mahaffey. By the way, guys, I think I'll go for another 15 minutes. And I'm so grateful to everyone who's here. Looks like we have 61 people kicking it with me right now. That's amazing. I don't take you for granted. I don't feel I'm owed your time. I think I'm lucky that you guys kick it with me at all. So I appreciate you. Just know that. I think we'll do a 1 hour live stream, so 15 more minutes. And if you're in that time frame, you're like, answer my question, consider doing the super chat. It'll get my attention. But I'm not trying to rob you or manipulate you. I'm just saying. James Mahaffey says, your video was same-sex arousal. I felt like I was weird for having that issue one time. Your video helped, and the commentators showed it's way more common than I thought. Yeah, so I don't mind bringing that up again for whatever it's worth. I believe I had like a homosexual fantasy or I had like a dream or something where I was aroused by something in terms of like male-on-male contact. And I freaked out for a second, and I was so scared and so concerned, and I hadn't learned much about sexual fluidity and the Kinsey scale and just the human nature and all that stuff. And so I got really nervous. Not that I have anything against it at all. I don't at all. I think we should all love who we love, be attracted to what we're attracted to. But I felt like if I, as a straight male, could be honest about the fact that I'd had arousal from a fantasy about another man, then that would be useful to share, because I imagine a lot of dudes would be afraid to admit that lest they be judged or whatever, which I just don't care about. So I'm glad you were able to get some solace there. I think that was an important video. I think that was a really important video. Nothing to be ashamed of. Stinky Monkey says, Anan JS, it depends. Do you think your OCD has gotten better or worse? AR says, how do you motivate yourself to do sports? I know sport keeps my anxiety low, but I can't find to keep... Okay. All right, so AR says, how do you motivate yourself to do sports? I know sports keep my anxiety... I know sports keep my anxiety low, but I can't find to keep a longer routine than 2 weeks. Gain 30 kg throughout that depression. Want to get rid of that. I hear you. So I love this question because it's universal, it's timeless, and it comes around over and over, and we should talk about it over and over. We should talk it to death. But I don't personally believe motivation has anything to do with something like exercise. I think motivation is fleeting. I think willpower is fleeting. I think inspiration is fleeting. So I think what's far more useful and far more dependable is habit. Tremendous, deeply grooved habit that keeps me engaging in exercise, because it's like a toothbrush habit. I'm so used to doing it. And so I know that sounds sort of trite and widespread, right? Broad brush macro view, but perhaps for you, dude, it's just that you create a structure and you're willing to stick to. And we spoke about this earlier in the live stream. I mean, I do CrossFit, so I'm training an hour a day, every day, roughly. And that's a lot for some people, but maybe for you, your toothbrush habit, you could get used to waking up and doing, I don't know, 15 burpees, and that's all you do. Your whole day is done. You get so used to doing 15 burpees every single day when you wake up that after 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's like you don't even think. Oh yeah, I get up, I do my burpees, and I go brush my teeth, and I watch cartoons. I don't know what your deal is, but the point is you make it a habit. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever habit that is, however big or however small, you just get so freaking used to it that you no longer need motivation. I don't need motivation to work out. Don't need willpower. Don't need inspiration. I'm just used to it, and I believe in the benefits, which I guess brings me to another point. Another point is that you should learn more about it. I think the more in tune I get with the positives of a certain behavior, the more just like deeply ingrained I become with why I may or may not want to do something, the easier it is to do it and put less thought into it. Chromie says, hey, cheers from France. Wow, that's cool. Cheers. Stinky Monkey says, talk to your doctor who prescribed the meds. Explain your... Yeah. Wow, Mad Primates is hi from Japan. Peace sign back at you. That's so cool. I've never been. The CP Marrow, hey everybody, just got here. How are you doing, Noah and everybody? I'm okay, and this has been a pretty good live stream, so I feel like most people here are doing okay. At least we're okay together for right now. Oh dear, I can do this. Daniel Andrzejewski? Did we win? Did I nail it? Daniel says, your videos have encouraged me to begin a sober journey. That's cool. That makes me happy. Juan Daniel says, any recommendations on how to stay sober? I mean, I'm still swinging that net and trying to catch that elusive butterfly. I have more recommendations on how to love yourself in the process, but I think 12-step is a reasonable thing to try. I think the Annie Grace, This Naked Mind, that book and her whole sober experiment, that's something I've been dabbling with. I think smart recovery. I think reading. I think there's a lot of different options. I think we should just keep exploring them. But I think educating yourself more and more is good. Chris Shizuki says, where are the sunglasses from? Dude, people digging these sunglasses. I need to get Yode to send me another pair. Jord, pronounced Yode. Independent company. They use, I think, they use already fallen trees or something cool like that. Witcher G says, you skipped my story bit. Oh no, I apologize. That was an accident. Trail Mix Studio says, at Bignoknow, I quit nicotine addiction and now I'm addicted to coffee. I mean, we're addictive creatures. Don't beat yourself up. Daryl Dothrow, that was a great answer. Cool. Luke Chamberlain says, do you ever feel physically sick because of depression? Oh yeah. When I was horribly depressed, this was one of the most shocking things about being depressed, and a lot of people don't get this, or they don't believe it or whatever, but you have to go through it to believe it, in my opinion. Perhaps, actually. I shouldn't blanket everybody. But yeah, when I was deeply depressed in 2011, 2012, 2013, I remember feeling physically ill. I remember feeling like I had the flu. I swear. Like, I likened it to having a bad case of the flu. I couldn't believe it. My body just hurt and my head hurt. Everything just hurt. And that's why I thought something was wrong beyond like, oh, you're down. Like, I didn't know what was going on, but the answer is yes. Patrick Sear says, thanks for everything, Noah. What if I want to try TRT for my OCD, but I have normal levels? I think it can do wonders for my mental health. Just confused, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to know what your normal levels are, and I think there's a lot of other levels you should check. I mean, I think all your sex human binding globulin, your LH, your FSH, your thyroid function, T3, T4, your free testosterone relative to your total. What else? I'm missing some other ones, but I think all vitamin D levels, I think it's important to get a very broad spectrum lab. And most of my video descriptions have a link for Let's Get Checked if you guys want a 20% discount and get some things tested at home. And then a doctor will review your stuff, and then a nurse will call you about them. I just think you need to explore a lot of things. But hey, I can't speak to your specific situation, but it's your life, that's for sure. Logic Simple, keep fighting, brother. I will. Thank you. Dan Strachan says, oh, and today I admitted to my parents about my porn addiction. Wow, took balls, but I doubled my support group. Celebrating my first week sober and joining a 12-step program. Hey, look at you making positive changes. Good for you. Jeff, hello, Bignoknow. Good seeing you, bro. You have really helped me at age 51. Thank you and God bless. I appreciate knowing that, Jeff. And yeah, age means nothing to me. So whether you were 80 or 15, I'm glad you're here, and we're all trying to learn from each other. Jamie Vera says, little over 2 months sober. Congrats. Appreciate your honesty on this platform. Thanks, Jamie. Good job. Passage to now. Hi, a video of you having fun and how that helps the mental health would be great. It took me a long time to realize that having fun was part of my mental well-being. Isn't that the truth? I think I think I can speak for myself that we put so much time into like depression recovery and mental health recovery and getting sober that we kind of downplay the benefit of just laughing or at least trying to, or playing games or being childlike and things like that. So Trail Mix Studio says, at Bignoknow, have you ever been addicted to smoking? So when I was like younger, I got into smoking cigarettes for a hot second. I haven't smoked probably in 12 years, I'd say, maybe a little bit longer, but when I was 14, I smoked for the first time and I loved it. I think I smoked here and there from 14 through high school. Nothing crazy, nothing truly consistent, just here and there. I definitely thought it was fun. It lost some of its luster as soon as I turned 18. I just didn't feel as cool anymore. But then I remember the first time I got sober formally. The first time I was like, I'm gonna get sober. I was 19 and I took up smoking as like a crutch. I loved it and I felt like I had every excuse to smoke now that I wasn't drinking, the lesser of two evils, I figured. And I smoked pretty consistent for 6 months. Got up to half pack a day. And I really did enjoy it. The reason I don't think I was truly addicted to it, I mean, yes, there was physical dependence because I felt a little sick for a couple weeks when I stopped, but it wasn't hard, is because you can come here. Yeah. Oh, come right here. Woo! Sorry, I'm in that parking spot. The reason I don't, hello. The reason I don't think, oh, dude, I am like dizzy. Got up too fast. What was I saying? Oh, the reason I don't think I was truly addicted is because I had one consequence. And this is an interesting factor about addiction, in my opinion. I had one consequence, which was that I was invited to play basketball. I had a terrible experience because I've always been an athlete, but then I was invited to play basketball and I struggled. I struggled mightily to breathe, and I was coughing up stuff, and it was the worst, the absolute worst. And I remember thinking, nope, not worth it. Just not worth it. I don't want to lose my ability to enjoy sports and fitness. You know, I'm an athlete. I've always played sports, stuff like that. So long story long, I never smoked again after that day because I didn't want to ever feel that again, which tells me I wasn't addicted. I just enjoyed it until I found a reason, until it wasn't worth it anymore. It also tells me why I do believe that I have an addiction to drinking is because I've had consequences and they haven't been enough, which is so strange. It's just so strange how that works. All right, I'm gonna go back to my original spot. Woo! I had been seated for, very intense position there for a while. Oh, that's better. There's a huge train going by the way. All right, where were we? Zenobusk Tasok says, hey, I think it's the only occasion to ask, are you still on TRT? Greetings. Yes, I definitely still am. And greetings to you too. Mark says hi from, Deganar says hi from South Africa. Hello from the US of A, the troubled US of A. It's good to hear from you, and I appreciate you letting me know where you're from. I was in the South African airport once. Daniel says close enough. AM says, I'm still on TRT after watching your videos 2 years ago, mate. Life-changing. Thank you. Yeah, life-changing for me too. Hey, Noah, what's good? What's good, Bennett? Just living my life, trying not to cause too much trouble. Marion says, having a shower isn't as easy task when my depression is bad. Oh, for sure. That's why everything is all relative. That's why the human experience is all relative. That's why I don't like blanket statements on people for any reason, because we all have our own very specific journeys, and it's not fair to categorize or to put people in boxes. It's just not right. Pony Girl says, CrossFit question. Do you think it's too extreme for a woman over 45 to start? Heck no. Do you have many women in this age group start? Oh, absolutely. We have a nice lady named Lisa, who I coach, who just started. She's 55. We've got another woman named Shelly who just started. She's 49. My mom's a CrossFitter. She's an avid CrossFitter. She started when she was 62. 62. She's 66 now. Anyone can start CrossFit. CrossFit's not what most people think. I mean, you do what you can. The coaches, the whole methodology of training, we meet you where you are. If you can't run, you'll walk. If you can't squat, we'll sit you down on a box that's just below your butt, and you'll start there. If you can't do a push-up, then we'll put a bar up so high that you're just barely pushing your body weight. If you can barely move, then we'll barely move with you. Anyone can start. And anyone can start. So please start. Chris says, hello, Noah, may I ask? May I say that you do great? Wait, hold on. Chris says, hello, Noah, may I say that you do great? I wish you the very best from Germany. Wow. Are you sitting in your garden? I wish I was sitting in my garden. I do have a little one now. I'm getting my car serviced right now. Thank you for saying that, Chris, and back at you. What a very nice thing to say. Ricardo Estudia says, you saved me from the darkness many times. Thank you, brother. Proud of you for sharing and for continuing to fight the good fight. Your guidance and struggle inspire me daily. Much love to you. Thank you for such candid words. Much love to you, too. That's nice of you to say, man. I appreciate it. We all do what we can, however we can. So, yeah. I got a car pulling out right next to me, so. Okay. This has gone pretty well. This has been fun. The CP Merrill says, if I remember correct, you got sober when you were younger. I did, 19. I may be wrong. How would you compare then to now? I'm 20 and trying to get clean off of H, relapse again recently. Well, thank you for being honest. It's a rare and beautiful quality. How would I compare that to now? I think back then I got sober for the wrong reasons. I think I got sober to impress people. I didn't get sober because I inherently believed it would benefit my life, but rather that I thought it made me cool. I was really into the public profile of being able to tell people I was sober. And perhaps I still struggle with that sliver now. I think I was pressured to get sober. And I think it's pretty easy to start, let's say. Easier then to start the journey than it is now. Compared to now, the difference is whoa, a bird just flew overhead. The difference now is that I've had some time with it, and I've learned more about it, and I've been impacted more by it. I'm certainly more dependent now, so I don't know. How about this? I think it's a very important thing for you to continue to try. I've lost some friends to heroin, young friends over the years to heroin, because the overdose likelihood and the fact that fentanyl makes its way into it so often is super scary. I don't want to minimize alcoholism. I have every right to die young from that too, but I just think it's good that you started that journey, and just be safe and be careful. Be safe and be careful. Just looking for my most recent question. Milaha says, what's the difference between porn and alcohol addiction in your opinion? I think alcohol is more physically damaging to your body. I think it just has more physical associations of danger. That's how I see it. But they both definitely impact mental health, and they both work the same neural pathway. But alcohol is just harder on the body. And it costs more. Lefioyo says, were you depressed as a kid? I was never depressed as a kid, and I'm so thankful for that. I can't imagine working through depression as a child or as a young person. It started to affect me at 19, I'd say, 18, 19. I just didn't know it at the time. Didn't have the language to be like, yeah, you were depressed. Jim Kahn says, sober almost 2 weeks in, but I appreciate your videos. Hey, 2 weeks is a huge deal. I haven't seen 2 weeks since I went to rehab. All right, guys. Oh, I may have lost you. All right, so I gotta let you guys go. I think my car is ready. I appreciate every single person who spent time with me here today. I love you guys, I need you guys, and you mean a lot to me. Have the best possible day that you can, and I look forward to whenever I get a chance to see you guys again. I wanna say that I'm lucky that you're here. I don't take you for granted. Yeah, you guys all matter, so have your best day. And we will talk soon, and I'll try to record some videos soon. And yeah, thanks guys, this was fun. Adios, friends.